Today we're going to tell you about a possible business opportunity at Allman's BBQ in Fredericksburg. So let's go inside and find out more. Before we start the episode, I want to recognize our sponsor, Shore United Bank. Shore will be there to help guide your financial journey every step of the way. Visit them downtown or at Harrison Crossing. And now, onto this week's episode. Today I'm at 1299 Emancipation Highway, home to Allman's BBQ for many years, and I'm with Matt Haney, who's the owner of Allman's. So Matt, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for doing this.
So why don't we just start off by tell people a little bit about Allman's and its long history here.
Okay. Allman's opened in 1954. This building was built in roughly 1949. It started off as a little neighborhood store. There was no Route 1 here, but in 1952, this bypass was built, which meant the road went straight from the Falmouth Bridge all the way out to 4 Mile Fork. So that sounded great, but it changed the business dynamics for a lot of downtown businesses, and it made a lot of this property right here all of a sudden have a traffic count of, at that time, probably several hundred cars a day. So Mr. Allman and his son-in-law, Pete White, decided to open a barbecue place here in 1954. And it was now in a prime spot. Well, in 1985, and my father and his partner, Wayne Parish, purchased the business. In the kitchen, there was a woman named Mary Brown who worked here for 51 years. So my dad and Wayne were fortunate to have somebody continue Mr. Allman's line of cooking all the way through. And then Wayne decided to retire, and my dad and I bought his portion, his half of the business, in 2002, and that's when I came on board.
So what are some of the specialties at Allman's, and maybe how has the menu changed over the years?
So originally Allman's was known for a pork sandwich. The pork shoulders were cooked right over here in this fireplace, and Pete would turn around and take the shoulder off and chop it up by hand. And I remember that as a child. I grew up in College Heights, and so that was the staple. Also known and still is for milkshakes, or handmade milkshakes. And we've expanded the menu through the years slowly. It's not a huge menu still, but a barbecue chicken, ribs, brisket, really good. We have some smoked sausage hot dog. That's one of my favorites, actually.
What are some of the accolades that Allman's has received over the years?
There's many. Fredericksburg, Best Restaurant Awards, several national magazines, Town and Country and Southern Living several times, Washington Post articles, Richmond Times-Dispatch articles, because we get a lot of business from people that have been coming here for decades.
We were talking about how restaurant business is tough business. A lot of restaurants fail. Allman's has now been going for decades. Why do you think it's been successful?
I think consistency is often overlooked in restaurants. Pricing is important to all of us, but I think consistency is more important. People come into a restaurant, they get something they enjoy, and then they want to come back and know they can get the same thing. I think we've been consistent with that, and I really strive to make sure we're never out of a product.
So Matt, as you mentioned, your family's owned Allman since 1985, but lately
Right.
You've been thinking that maybe it's time for a new chapter, is that right? So tell people a little bit about that.
My father recently passed about 2.5 years ago. He loved Allman's, he loved eating here, he loved owning it, and I've been here since 2002. I just feel like it's the best thing for me, for my life now, to try to slow down a bit, and probably some younger blood here would really be good for the restaurant. And this is a place that is more than just a restaurant to me. It's a Fredericksburg institution, if you will, and I don't want to ever see it not here, whether I own it or somebody else owns it.
So as you just said, the restaurant is sort of will continue, but you're hoping to sell it.
I've finally gotten to a point of peace in my mind where I'm looking to sell the business.
Yeah, and so somebody who is watching this and is interested in owning Allman's, how do they contact you?
Right. The best way to contact me would be by email, matthaney1963@gmail.com.
And you own the building as well?
I also own the building. and am willing to sell the building also. I think the building and the business are really hooked together. It's a hole in the wall kind of place, and I don't think the business would be the same with a different location or a different feel, so I would be very comfortable with selling the building with the business.
But you could also potentially keep owning
I could
the
do
building
it.
and
I could
lease
do it separately also. If somebody was interested, wanted to think longer term of owning the building, that would be a positive.
Okay. And again, your hope is that the new buyer will take it over, maybe put their own spin on it, but keep it largely the same as it's been.
That'd be my hope.
Years.
That'd be my hope that it's always here for Fredericksburg, always on this prominent corner. It's something I don't want to see ever leave.
Yeah, it's definitely an institution in Fredericksburg. So hopefully there'll be people that watch this and that are interested. In the meantime, you'll continue to run it as is. Is that right?
Of course.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, Matt, appreciate you telling us a little bit about Allman's, and good luck with the marketing of the business, and keep us posted on what's happening with that.
Well, thank you, Bill. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to do it for this week's edition. Appreciate you watching. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and our newsletter, and we'll keep you up to date on business happenings in the Fredericksburg region. See you next week. And thanks again to our sponsor, Shore United Bank.